inside you. My own main bank is Access Bank. Means I mention Access Bank, some things will occur to you inside your head. If I said UBA, you have an impression. If I said GTB, you have an impression. It can be an encounter. It can just be you went in for a transaction, and that leaves a lasting impression inside of you. That is your concept of that brand. For some of us, our only encounter with a brand is seeing something that pertains to them. We have never really interacted with them. Okay, for those of us who are television buffs, if I said CNN, and I said NTA, I said LTV, I said TVC, I said Arise News, I said BBC, or I say Fox News, or I say Al Jazeera, you are having different. Are you with me? You are putting them immediately inside different boxes. Immediately inside different boxes. So that is the brand. It is the totality of the feeling that it espouses or arouses inside an individual who perceives them that defines that brand, for good or for bad. Okay? Branding, on the other hand, branding is the process of giving a meaning to a specific organization, company, products, or services by creating and shaping a brand in consumers' minds. Branding is a process as different from brand, which is a concept. Branding is a process of giving a meaning to specific organization, company, products, or services by creating and shaping a brand in consumers' minds. In layman's words, branding is what you are known for. What you are known for. This is anchored on your core values, as opposed to brand. Branding is a process of redefining what you are known for. Are we together? How you can be described by a prospect or by a consumer or a customer, as the case may be. Therefore, a brand is a part of branding. A brand is not branding. A brand is a part of branding. While a brand may be static, branding is a continuous process. It's a never-ending process. It's a never-ending process. A brand is a product, it's a service, it's a concept that is publicly distinguished from other products, other services, or other concepts, so that it can be easily communicated and usually marketed. Branding is the process of creating and disseminating the brand name, its qualities, and its personality. So, while I may have different brands, I can have different brands having the same branding. Are we together? Because they are going through the same processes, especially where we outsource our branding to an agency. The agency brings their ways, their philosophy to build a brand for us. Sometimes, when you see two brands, you can almost identify who their branding agency is. Are you together? Yes. A good brand has a clear focus. knows their target audience, has a defined mission, knows their competition, knows their own USP, unique selling points, can identify their key values, tell their story, and have a brand identity reflective of these goals, and does all this consistently. I don't know if I'm communicating.
Yes, sir.
A good brand has clear focus. And what is that focus? It's actually your vision. It's very clear. It's clear. A good brand must have clear focus to which they are true, come rain, come shine. And as we define focus, follow one course until successful. Follow one course. So they are anchored on that. A good brand, it will be very clear what they want to become. You can see where they are going. You can see it very, very clearly. As banks are even doing now, many of them are shedding their primary banking role to become what they call holding companies. As holding companies, they have ability to enter into a lot of things that are totally different from banking, which was their core business. And that is increasingly becoming the norm. A lot of them are becoming holding organizations. And perhaps they think that that is the vogue. And that's the problem I'm having with people. When your vision is not clear, you tend to want to replicate what others are doing. Who says that a holding company is the best structure to prosper and to give value to your customers? Who says? What is the vision? Is the holding structure consistent with the vision? Or is the vision something that also changes with time? So we have a lot of them. It's just like we mimic. I'm sure I know the first of bank or two who adopted the holding structure, and then people see how well they're doing, and rather than keep in their niche, they are also everybody now. In fact, every bank is moving that direction right now in Nigeria. Everybody is moving there. When you have not been able to deliver fully on your core mandate, you have not demonstrated clear superiority in your core mandate. So, a good brand has clear focus, knows their target audience. Who are your target audience? For instance, the last time we met here at the gathering of champions, we discussed one of the critical things. One of the thinking methods we thought about was thinking big. Thinking big. And we said then that if you wanted to become a billionaire, you do what? You think like a billionaire. You think like a billionaire. Thinking big. Thinking big. And since then, before then, I'd been thinking like a billionaire. But after that, my billionaire thinking, so to speak, antenna has been, double charged. And so I think like a billionaire. I know I'm already a billionaire inside, just waiting for its manifestation. But one of the things we said was, to become a billionaire, you serve like a billionaire, not just think. You serve like a billionaire. And how do you serve like a billionaire? You find a billion people to serve a billion products in a billion ways. So the first thing is to find a billion people. So because of that, we've gone back again to look at, it's a never-ending improvement on whatever we do here. So we've gone back to that thinking like a billionaire. And then this is the Billionaires Map of the world. I've shared it already. We already shared it. How many of us have seen it? How many of us have looked at it critically? You have? Yeah, what did you see there?
So I see that India is the most populated people.
Thank you that you are even seeing that. India is 1.41, China is 1.45. So China is the most populated, but between the two of them, they are almost at par. Okay? Now, this is how the billionaire will think. I'm looking for 1 billion people. Where can I find them? Oh, clearly I can find them in China, I can find them in India. Oh, so my mind is quickly, what can I provide to the Indian market that becomes so mass driven that I can make, even just $1 from everybody. $1 every month. I'm not looking for $1 every day, $1 every month that I can make from everybody. So it may not be $1 at a go for one transaction, can be 50 cents, can be 10 cents, but cumulatively $1 every month from everybody in India. $1 every month from everybody in China. That is 100%. Okay? Now that will give me about 2.5 billion people. Wow. $2.5 billion. Okay, let us say I'm not even performing at 100%. Let's say just 50%. That's still 1 billion. Woo! Okay, maybe it's not even 50%. I'm just doing 30%. Christ, that's still over $800 million every month. This is how billionaires think. This is how billionaires think. Therefore, I don't even need to be in a place that is populated to take advantage of them. I can be in Togo and become a billionaire. Oh yes. I can be in Ghana and become a billionaire. What am I doing? I'm just providing services that reach these people, and that they will continue to avail, and I'll get something from them on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, or at least on a regular basis. And as I began to think about that, I realized that, hey, people like Elon Musk, it will be difficult to beat them at their game. There's somebody now that is challenging Elon Musk as the world's richest man, the second richest man right now, or the third. Once upon a time, he was second. He's an Indian. He's an Indian in India. And it's easy for him to achieve. Why? Because he's serving over 1 billion people. So I don't need to go to America. The market is there for him. He's not providing service for them on a daily basis and just making his cool money every day. Yes. Now, but somebody in America like Elon Musk is also very active in those markets. That's why you find that companies like American companies, they are all entrenched in India and China. Because people is money. When the billionaire is looking for money, he's looking for the people first. Where are the people? How can I reach them? Now, it may be necessary for me to go and establish a company there. Maybe, I don't know. Or it may not be total, it may not be necessary. Why? Because we have this, logistics that can deliver my products to them. Or like Elon Musk, that is now providing Starlink, where he provides service to everybody. The whole world. Over 8 billion people. Don't say that guy is just on autopilot to just keep on being, continue to just make money. Forget it. As long as he's doing that, he's just making money. He's just steady. He's just steady. He's just steady. So, branding. So our focus, like I said before, what's your focus? If your focus is consistent, then everything you are doing must push you in that direction. Now, you can identify their key values, tell their story, and have a brand identity reflective of these goals. So when we begin to create a brand, what I call paraphernalia of branding, which includes the colors you choose, which includes the logo, which includes the lettering, which include the slogan, which include the sartorial carriage, that is dress type, dress code, which include internal culture that you develop. Okay? These all get together to tell your story. Are you together? And then, but this story is reflective of the goals that you have assigned. Just like us, for instance, if you look at our logo, the first thing you notice is it covers the entire world. So it tells you a story immediately. Immediately you see it, you have. Are we together? You are looking at the whole world as our, playground. Immediately, yes, as your playground. Immediately, and it does so consistently. And there are three types of branding. There are three types of branding. Number one, a corporation brand or a company brand, where we promote the corporation exclusive of the shareholders, exclusive of the managers, exclusive of its environment, exclusive of individuals. If you hear Citibank, do you know the owners of Citibank? Sorry? You don't know, it doesn't concern you. You can say an American company, but you don't know who owns them, who owns a Citibank. So that doesn't concern you. Well, yeah, when you hear Citibank, something drops into your mind. For those of us who have been in banking. Or if you hear, let me bring it home, if you hear PZ, you don't see the picture of an individual, do you? In your mind. The first thing that you see is that PZ, that's their logo. Then behind the logo, now begin to see the different products. Isn't it? Yeah. If you hear Liver Brothers, you can't see the picture of any person. If you hear UAC, you don't see the picture of any person. Or if you hear Cadbury, so I'm bringing it home. Or Nestle. No matter how powerful their managers, their owners, their shareholders may have been, their chairman, because those ones they come and go, and the brand remains consistent. So that's the corporate brand, the corporation brand. Then number two is a product brand. Product brand. Many of us go to the market and we ask for some things again and again, but we don't even know who makes them. Pig milk, give me pig milk. Do you know it's making pig milk? Just give me, sardine. When you say go to sardine, that's sardine. There's one you're looking for. Not this one. The other one. Do you know who made it? It doesn't concern you. That one. Or like, geisha. Or like you want to go and buy mineral, say buy me Coke. You say buy me mineral, but you say go and buy me Coke. Just say Coke. That's what you say. But it's any mineral you actually wanted to say. But buy me Coke. That's branding. Most people that drink Coke, they don't know who makes Coke, by the way. If you ask them who makes Coke, they don't know. They just drink Coke. They don't know. If I ask them who makes Pepsi in Nigeria, like somebody was telling, we didn't even see that guy anymore. You're not going to be telling me Pepsi company. There's no such as Pepsi company in Nigeria. PepsiCo is in Nigeria. Exactly. But people don't even know who makes it. So that's a product brand, where you position your product such that it becomes a dominant position in its industry or in its category and in the mind of the customer. Then finally, a personal brand. A personal brand, where a brand is built around a person. A personal brand. Examples are churches, for instance. Examples are consulting firms, for instance. Examples are athletic brands, for instance, sports brands are built around people. So a personal brand, or is it fashion line that may be built around an individual, cosmetics, and people buy because of those personalities.
Singers,
Actors, yes. So you can build a personal brand. Is any superior to another? No. It just depends totally on the strategy. Depends totally on the vision, what you want to do. And then you do it consistently. Branding creates customers' loyalty. Branding creates customers' loyalty. You don't just want customers who recognize your brand and use your business once. You want to create customers who continue to come back. With good branding, you can give your brand a more human side. You create relationships with good branding. You also begin to award scholarship, for instance. Set up a foundation that backs your brand. For example, today we have a Dangote Foundation. We have UBA Foundation. We have Tony Elumelu Foundation. So a lot of them have foundations to push, With good branding, you can give your brand a human side, which your customers can relate to more than a company that's strictly all business. Are we together? A company that comes in and says, it's just business. The only time people remember you is when they want to avail your services. But when you have a human side, people tend to think more and be more sympathetic to your brand. And they tend to also begin to take ownership for your brand. Why? Because you are also showing that you care about your customers more than just their wallet. Brand identity is the visible elements of a brand, such as color, design, and logo that identify and distinguish the brand in consumers' minds. If I say Dangote, what do you see? See an eagle. And that tells a story altogether. A story of dominance. Now, as I was just sitting down, I was thinking this morning, I just realized that many employers, many companies don't communicate their brand even to their own people effectively, so that those people have a sense of ownership and pride in the brand, aside from just collect your salary, aside from just get a promotion, aside from just get allowances, aside from just travel on courses or what have you. And I realized that during my career life, that was not effectively communicated to me. Therefore, I had no loyalty to any brand. I would dare say that the first brand that I will really be loyal to is perhaps the one that we have created, and we came to understand what branding means. When you create a brand, it's not really about you. It's your ability to project that brand so that other people take ownership of that brand. So, consistent marketing and messaging lead to consistent brand identity and therefore consistent sales. Are we together? Now, the ultimate purpose of brand and branding is to bring cash into the company. And no cash, nothing happens until the sale is made. Nothing happens. So consistent marketing, you are reinforcing it, you are pushing it until it just registers in people's minds automatically. And the messaging, keep on giving a message, give a message. You can give different messages driving at the same thing until people will just begin. It just sinks in one day. And this would lead to consistent brand identity. So that when I get to the market, I'll just say, no, noodles. No, it's not this one I want. The other, you don't get them. You don't have it. You don't mind trekking distance just to go and get the brand that you are looking for. And really, when you look at the nutritional value, satisfaction is not, they are not different. They are not different. But you just take pride in that brand as if it is yours. So that will lead to what we call consistent sales. So it's no longer a one-off. So the purpose of branding is to entrench itself and achieve repetitive sales ad infinitum, indefinitely. We're going to stop when I now consider what are the key brand elements. There are 5 key brand elements. 5 key brand elements. Brand positioning. That's number 1. Brand positioning. How do you position your brand? Is it a luxury brand? Is it a market leader? Is it a mass market? Is it comfort? Is it ruggedness? Reliability, durability? Is it the cheapest? Is it the most useful? I don't know. Are you with me? Yes, that's brand positioning. Then the next one is brand promise. What does this brand promise? What is the promise of this brand? That when I use this brand, what am I expecting? You know? Is it strength, good health, money? I don't know. You know, when we were small, you know, the way they were promoting some of this milk, it's like when you drink that milk, you become as strong as a horse. You are fortified. They say they fortified, they do this one. So when that's the milk you are looking for. And when you drink it, you now become Superman. You know. Then brand personality. Is he a female? Is he a male? As I was thinking about that brand personality, and I remembered when I was small. How many of you will have seen it? Locks. There was one fine girl lady that used to. Was she fair? The first one I knew was black. No, I'm not talking about locks. There was another, Joy also came, Joy girl. But there was one little lady that promoted locks very early. Locks, yes, locks brand. Yes, I remember that was very long now, but of course, I don't know whether it's long. I'm talking about in the 60s, early 70s. I've forgotten her name now. So what I'm trying to say that I think so. Thank you. That's the name. That's the name. For those of us who were old enough here, that's the name. So when you think of locks, you think of a woman. You think of supple skin. You don't see it as masculine. Unlike when they came with, was it Accept soap, or there's some soap now they came with, there's one they call boy, whether boy soap. Boy soap, that one a man, how you take a bath. So you can see that life boy, you can see that this one is a masculine soap. Yes. So that's brand personality. You know, is it for ruggedness? There are some you say that, like Dettol, you now say that this one is for hygiene, not just for cleaning, to kill germs. So you are positioning it, you know. I mean, you are giving the personality, then the brand story. The brand story. When I come in with that, when you see me with this brand, it tells a story about me. It's a story of affluence. Then when it comes to jewelry, it comes to branded clothing, you know, like that what happened recently in the US. They took a low-end products from a shop, I don't want to mention the name, and then they went to create another high-end shop, and put the same products and put high price, and then the big person were going there to go and start paying those crazy prices. What used to go for $10, they're now putting $1,500. That's when they were selling more. So people were taking this thing and they, oh, wonderful! This is so. It is the same thing. So when they've bought, they'll not take them out to another door and tell them this is actually the same brand that we are selling there for $10. However, you can take it for free. They'll not give them their money back. It was just a social engineering thing. People buy not because of any value other than just class. Not because they have seen any superior benefit, but yes. So that's what story is your brand? That the fact that when you see me wearing this brand, it just tells a story about me. Then brand associations. What do you associate this brand with? Brand associations. So that's where you come into promotionals, where you can promote events, promote special occasions, I don't know. We can promote cultural, So that's brand association. Just imagine that there's a brand like this Glow that bankrolls Ojude Oba Festival in Ijebu-Ode. So that's a brand association. Once Ojude Oba Festival is coming, it is Glow, 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 Glow. Brand association. So next time, we'll look at what makes a brand successful. Thank you very much.